Hello, everyone. Let us look at what I have over here, right? This week, we will be looking into how to draw a business process model and notation. Did I get that correct? BPMN, right? At BPMN. And if you remember in the class last week, I have told you that in BPMN, the difference between this, the purpose for this BPMN is simply for us to use as a tool to illustrate what is the business process in the company. And without further ado, all right, we will look into this data over here because in the project that I give to you, did not actually highlight to you how the existing as is process about, right? You'll be wondering what is this as is if you didn't watch yet the previous lecture video. Okay, do go back and have a look into it. It's nothing much. I just want you to be at the same pace as me. Otherwise, you will feel that this doesn't make sense to you at all, right? And and that would defeat the purpose of studying, and you are not enjoying it, right? Treat this as like a consultation project, and treat this like a real life consultation project, and you are actually one of the company that are given one that is given, right? One of the company that is given to actually evaluate and then produce or develop a new system for them, right? So over here, in the lecture, I have three process, but last week, all right, when I showed you Wagyu Lee, but when I revise and revisit again, I noticed that the e-commerce version stage 3 is yet to be in the as is stage, right? Because they are all doing manual, everything is being sold manually. Anyone can come to the village and they just sell the mushrooms. So the one to be is the one that you will introduce the e-commerce, right? That will be the to be stage. So let us go through this process over here. Is if I would do in the farming stage, all right, these are like a production cycle, okay? We can see how they do the productions, not really productions, all right, but in a sense, all right, we can see how they do the farming, right, of their mushroom in these activities over here. And we got two villages over here, the farming and the processing village, all right? The farming village, basically in the production cycle itself, all right, you will start by material procurement, all right? You do the material procurement. You might even start with planning. I think you'll start with planning first, right? Planning of scheduling of the production. But this is since they have already walked through the farming process, they don't have to plan anymore. They know what to do already. Straight away in their process, they start with material procurement. Means that they're going to buy the needs, all right, to farm this mushroom. Then we'll go to the second stage over here, where the medium preparation. Because it's mushroom, you need to prepare the medium to let the mushroom grow, right? Like for this paddy field, all right, you need to settle down the place first. Settle down the place. You need to what is that word? That's a word, all right. You need to make the ground settle first, and only you can actually seed the paddy field, the rice seed, right? Paddy field. No, forget about that. But over here, the mushroom, first you prepare the medium, then only you start incubation, all right, where the seeding of this mushroom is. Then you, after incubation and growth monitoring, you got your self-harvest, all right? These are the process. If you remember the data flow diagram, the first level, level 0, this is farming process. Then level 1, we can see that it goes down into these 5 activities or 5 process: material procurement, medium preparation, incubation, and then harvesting. Then it goes down into the following stage where you go into detail. All right, details of like over here, you see people just start to come in. You've got the who and what they are doing. We are going to detail tasks into each stages over here. And to draw a BPMN, you also need a swim lane, right? Swim lane means that it's like something like this, all right? I will show you in the Ludi chart later on. And the difference between swim lane by its own and BPMN is BPMN has its own sets of notations and symbols, right? It has its own sets and symbols. It's more like focused on the end-to-end process, all right? Whereas the swim lane, it leverages on the flow charts, right? Those kind of notations or the symbols from flow charts, and it focuses more on the role of a certain individual, in a sense that BPMN is the same. The major difference would be the symbols used in illustrating your diagrams, all right, your process flow, in other words. And over here I have the steps. We'll go through them one by one, but by the end of the step 14, we'll be completing the diagram, as simple as that, right? Let me just go through with you all of this in a valued manner so that we know what we're going to draw, right? Then we go into the processing village. Over here, start with first received, weighing, and sorting. You're going to receive the mushroom and sort out, and then clean and prepare the mushroom, cook or process. All right, you're going to cook the mushroom or process the mushroom. Then you pack the mushroom and you transfer to sales unit or direct sales within their department, all right? In a sense that it's not by its own yet, we can see it straight away, pack and sell. And that's pretty it, all right? And we got these stages over here. And there is this table down here for us to refer to so that we are not lost, right? So that we are not lost in a sense. Okay. I'm gonna stop this section. Next section, we'll look at how to draw them.